Hey, there we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are. Welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is October 30th, 2019. We're going to write a little bit of code today. How's it going, chat room? Look at all the friends we got already tuned in here. Svava jumping in right off the bat. What mischief? Oh, what mischief indeed. We're going to have some fun today. We've got a couple things that are right on the edge. We've got very close to I would say done that we're going to tune today. We're going to have some I think we're going to have some fun going through here and talking a little bit about CSS layouts and restoring state of things using Blazor. Let me say hello to some of the other folks here in the chat room. There's Lannon. Hello. Good morning. Wolfhound Jesse. Good morning to you. Job in PA. Hugo. Yeah, top gifters. There's a new thing that's appearing at the top of the chat next to top cheers that says top gifters. I'm not too thrilled with that being there, but all right. We'll figure it out. We'll make some changes here. Jurgen, good afternoon. Nightshade Dude, snow day number 2, get to watch Fritz again. Thank you so much for tuning in yesterday. Oh, 6-degree weather. 6 degrees? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Simorp from the Czech Republic. Good afternoon to you out there. Welcome. It's been a while since I've been to the Czech Republic. I spent some time in Prague and Brno a few years ago. Real nice town, and rode the trains through Czech Republic Had a great time there, visiting with some of the folks there. Org Brat, hello, hello. Hey, Sean, good morning. Did I use the D word? D? What D? Oh, I am going to Orlando this weekend. We're going to see some of our other Twitch friends at Disney. Yeah, I'll be there. There was a superstition about saying that things were done. No, nothing's ever done. It's just deployable. Haha, not deplorable. Deployable. That's a thing. That's totally a thing. Loving the Disney hat today. Thank you, M. Holloway. Yeah. Let's see here. Good afternoon, Agent Coder. Good to see you. Sinad Meskin, hello. Frankus, good day. Good to see everybody. Dull Owl, good morning to you. Welcome in. Yeah, I've got my Disney hat. We're about a week away from less than a week away. Oh my gosh. It's like 4 or 5 days from Microsoft Ignite, and my camera is focusing like crazy here. How dare you? Every time that there's a reboot or something here, autofocus gets turned on my camera here. And all of a sudden it looks like my camera's having a conniption. Focus! What the heck is going on here? So, I'm going to play Cyan. This is music from our friend Mr. Carl Franklin. It's scientifically engineered to get us in the flow so that whatever task it is you're working on, you can focus on and get stuff done. This is music to code by mtcb.pwop.com. There it is right there in the chat room. Thank you, Hugo. You can execute the music command and learn more about great songs that we listen to here in the background while we're streaming, writing code together. Thank you so much, Carl. We appreciate you letting us listen to your music live here on stream. All right. Let's, I'm just taking a peek around, make sure everything's going by. Formerly known as Music to Flow By. Music to Flow By is actually a slightly different take on some of the same music. So, it's for folks that see, yeah, you can see dust in the mic, yes. Yes. Camera is very good here. Carrie!
Mischief managed.
Indeed, mischief managed. Thank you, Carrie, so much for those 200 bits. And we'll make a donation like we do for all of our cheers and all of our subs. This quarter, we're donating to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Thank you very much. So, where do you see the camera when we turn to the other one, Sinad Meskin? Oh, yeah. Code Stencil, hello. Lucky number 7 is here. And Tim Blazor, good morning. So, we need something Avengers related. I do have some things Avengers related. I do. I have other hats that are Avengers related, indeed. Oh my gosh. Sean, wow, hang on. Sean wants to make the stream better. Sean has requested that and redeemed 5,000 Fritz bits. Those are channel points you get for watching and participating here on stream. Managed by Twitch, the little orange gears that you see there below. And Sean is asking, we need an Avengers related hat. Oh my goodness, we need to go find an Avengers related hat. I've got a bunch of different choices here. And I was eyeballing my Nick Fury hat. Alright, let's do it. I'll be right back. I'm going to change up the hats. Nope, we're going to go with the God of Thunder today. Oh, yes. This guy. It is a giant hat closet. I've literally got it covering the table over here. Fairy wings.
Oh my. Just resubscribed for 13 months. Boop, boop, boop.
Boop indeed. Hello, hello. Sean approves of the God of Thunder hat. Thank you so much. The mesh and chroma key, it is a little bizarre. You're right. Mic peaking a smidge. A little bit there. The Lord of Thunder, yes. So what is the current... I've got to do like an archive here and count them all because there is so many hats. It's ridiculous how many hats there are. Thank you so much, Fairy Wings. 13 months, and we'll make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Thank you so much for that. And yesterday, while we had our guests on from Acting, thank you so much to Tom Bates for joining us yesterday. We crossed 8,600 followers. I'm going to set a timer here. Set a timer for 50 minutes. In 50 minutes, we'll do our sticker giveaway for crossing 8,600 followers. Thank you so much to all of our followers yesterday. A museum of hats, indeed. I need to, like, literally have a website that is just the hats. And so that you can choose which ones you want me to wear. And I need to organize them a little bit better, because right now it's a series of piles on the table here next to me. I had them on, I had a rack hanging behind me, and you can actually see it there. But I outgrew that very quickly. So I've got to figure out where to put these now.
Spicy Condiment just resubscribed for 7 months. Boop.
Boop indeed. Thank you, Spicy Condiment. Very, very, that is very polite, very gracious of you to continue the subscription 7 months, and we'll make another donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. All right. A written list, a spreadsheet, or a database number of hats. No, we need a database. There's so many of them. Need to be able to search by color, by theme, because there's sports, there's comic book characters, there's pop culture, because I've got things like my Vault Tech hat, I've got the Cobra Kai hat, I've got hats that don't work well in front of the chroma key, like my Iron Fist hat. It's green. If I put it on, my head disappears. So I don't like wearing that on stream anymore, because then I've got to change things over to blue, and there's a whole process that happens. So I haven't worn the Iron Fist hat in a long time. You need to see the Iron Fist hat in action. You can find it's in the you can find it in the archive over on YouTube. You can see me wearing it. Oh my gosh, Michael Jolly.
Jolly just gifted 5 subs.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. 5 gift subs. We'll make a donation for all of those to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And these 5 folks are all going to get 17 emotes they can use everywhere here on Twitch. Ads removed from the channel, and you get to throw emotes at my face now. Congratulations to IPAC77, Def Fort Altos, Delta JCKC, Creative CJ, and Naomi. Congratulations, you all just got gift subscriptions thanks to our friend, the Michael Jolly. I appreciate that. Hey, Crows, good to see you. So, gosh, we haven't even gotten into talking about what we're going to be doing here today. So, we've been working on this distributed chatbot. We've got it up and running. It's living right now. You can find it out there at FritzBot.net. Right? Let me open a browser here and get that open. We haven't finished renaming it yet. I think we need to put renaming on the list of things to do here. What is this? Rename the bot to FritzBot. We'll take that as an item to do here. Let's head over so you can see the screen. There it is. I'm running Linux this month because we've been celebrating, we've been observing Ubuntuber here on stream. All month long, we've been programming with C# and .NET Core using Ubuntu Linux. So here's where FritzBot.net is, and it's telling me that I don't have an SSL certificate here. I do have some instructions for how to install the SSL cert. I'm going to take that as an item here to do. And because of how you have to go through installing the SSL cert, it's not exactly easy to do. And it's not, and there's a lot of keys there that you need to pass around because of how I install the cert into Azure. So I'm going to take that as an item to do off stream. And I'll summarize that with some blurred effects, and I'll post that as a video over on the YouTube channel. I am trying to set up, I want to make sure that I start paying more attention to my YouTube channel and what we can do over there. There's a lot that we could do with isolating and editing down some of the discussion that we're having so that we have just a Q&A focused video that answers some questions from folks. I want to be able to edit down so that there's content that's very focused on here's a task that we completed and here's how we did it. Be able to have very isolated segments that are 15-20 minutes long, and it's hard for me to get the time to focus and do that right now with how I balance my job, the rest of my job, event management, speaking at events, and producing content here for you. So there's something there that I definitely want to cross, and I want to set big goals to hit in 2020. Big goals. We'll see if we can hit some of that. Yes, boom. There is a degree of certainty for the bot, and it isn't. I had to back it. I've lowered it and raised it a couple times. We can tune that a little bit further at some point. The chroma key would need to be tweaked depending on the hat, hence automate the process. You can't. I've looked into doing that. You can't really automate the process. Yes, editing. Carrie's right there. Editing videos is a very long process. Identifying, isolating, and getting it to go, yeah, very long process. You're seeing screen freezes Bluetooth. I'm not dropping any frames here. We're doing all right. It did try to answer what mischief. Yes, yeah, it tried to do that for a while, and that was a problem. So this is the bot. It's running right now out on FritzBot.net, and you can log in. You can run it from here. We have some information in our about page that can be filled out, and we need to put some more in here over with links and things to get more details about it. Thank you for the follow, editor. I appreciate you joining us. I might be able to use your help. Low Argo. I became a calculator and helped. Oh no. What do we got here? I'm gonna keep an eye on that. So, there's things that we need to fill out here, make sure that the about page is a little bit more complete. I think we also need to look at doing some things around putting information about how to sign up, what's involved, and what the bot does. I want to get a nice theme around here. Right, this is right now using very much a Bootstrap CSS Bootstrap theme that is serviceable, but it's not unique. It doesn't set the bot off the service that we're building here. So I have taken, right, I do have a to-do item here on GitHub to do some design. We need to be able to do design on this. I think it might be in the README is where I put it. I need to consolidate and get stuff out of there as well, because I just started using this as just a series of check items here. I need to clean this up and move this, but need some design help. So let's create Let me open issues as a separate tab here. Let's do just a little bit of, come here. I want to, thank you. Do a little bit of state management of where we are with some of the tasks for this. And then let's move forward and talk about doing the, doing some of the tasks. And particularly, not the rename, but working on restoring the train state. You see it up there on the checklist, the things that I want to do. JAF 1021 is here.
Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf? We want it now! The meatloaf! What's she doing? I never know what she's doing.
We need some design help, so let's... Oh, I got a new issue. I hate having to zoom out there. Site design needed. Jeff is a web design amateur and could use a fresh CSS design for the site. That absolutely is an enhancement. Help wanted. Sure, it's a good... I don't know if it's a good first issue. Yeah, sure, why not? So that finishes there. Join channel feature. When and how does the bot join? This is part of the restore that we need to work through here. So we need our bot to automatically join channels after restart. Channels that were being monitored need to be rejoined. And I'm going to mark this as... Yeah, it's an enhancement. But I'm going to take care of this today. Join channels after restart. Join, yeah. And this is number 51. There we go. Ah, you can't see it up there. We'll just put it like that. There we go. How's it going there, chat room? Selva is here from India. Hello, hello. So the idea that I'm trying to cross here, configuration screen. I'm gonna. Do I need something for that? Yeah. Configuration screen improvements needs to load each feature into a separate area. Each feature's configuration. And we yeah, let's just start with that. This is an enhancement. Sure, help wanted on that. But a big one here is, how do you build and test if you're not actively streaming? This is something that I definitely want to work here. Offline development. Let's call it that. Support for offline development. Contributors, and this is a big one for me, and I'll tell you why in just a second, need to be able to write features without without streaming or having a Twitch account. The horror. Oh my gosh. All right. So, and we've taken care of the Blazor disconnect here. I've got that cleaned up. So, in my next edit, I'll remove that stuff at the bottom there. Okay. I feel better about just documenting and moving those things. It feels like a weight off my shoulders because this is something that I want to make sure folks have access to and folks can edit and work with the bot and learn more about this. Exactly, spicy condiment. Exactly the type of thing that I am looking for. Where did... See, now I'm fighting the featured chat. Where is it? Right there. Stub out a local service. That's absolutely the type of thing that I want to be able to do, so that folks can interact with almost a faux Twitch and be able to see. Ooh. And be able to see and interact without being online to test some of these features. So, yeah, there's definitely something there. DD Walsh, good morning. Running late today, but you've got tons of chocolate. Well, you can't have any chocolate unless you share it with the rest of the kids, okay? So, would you please...
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
No, just share with the rest of us, okay? So come on over. I'll be right there. Let me hop on my A320 and we'll be there in a little bit. Since when can people program C# on Linux? For 4 years now. No, longer. Since 2000... What, Miguel started with Mono in 2004, 2005, something like that. So it's yeah, that's been available for a long time. But .NET Core, C#, Visual Studio Code on Linux, it's been around for a while. Totally been around. We should work on a transporter for a future project. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to make code parties a heck of a lot easier. Yeah, we can do that. All right. Let's do this. Nope, I don't have a project listed here. Let's configure a project. Working on restoring state of a Blazor application after restarts. Source at github.com /Fritz. Spell it right. There we go. You're not a programmer, just like watching it. Thought C# was Windows exclusive. Not a problem. No. No offense taken. Nothing there. It's something that folks, some Linux folks, take offense to. So it's something I want to make sure that folks are aware of, folks see happening here, and that they enjoy interacting with. The bot interacts directly. Hey, that's a very good question there from Boom Boom. Let's touch on that here for a second. Thank you for the follow, NGO Gerson. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. The bot interacts with Twitch directly by API. It's not plugging its streams into your stream video encoder. That's correct. It is not. So what we can do, something that folks do in different types of object-oriented programming, is they will abstract away interfaces. They'll put a facade between, say, Twitch and the rest of the bot. And because you have that facade, it becomes easy to swap out the actual concrete implementation of talking to Twitch or talking to something else. So then we can make it a little bit more interesting. We can swap that out on the fly and effectively have offline mode, because instead of interacting with Twitch APIs, we're interacting with other APIs that we have control of that run locally, and effectively have our own faux chat room that we can interact with or trigger events from. So you see this, Stream Elements does this, where you can test their alerts on the Stream Elements site, and it's not actually triggering Twitch, but it's emulating the same message coming through that Twitch would have sent. Good question. Thanks so much for the question there. Appreciate you asking that, Boom Boom. ngrok exe on GitHub is scaring me. Yeah, sorry about that. We need to clear that. I had a cache-in of points. Did I? I had one earlier. Oh my goodness. Svava. Hello, we've got it. I'm sorry. Friends? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I'm sorry. How did I miss that? Angry Little Hamster. No, this isn't JavaScript programming. No JavaScript here. I'm sorry. We've got our first troll cache-in of points. So, Fritz points, you see the little orange gear down below. You receive those for participating, for hanging out here. Thank you, Ferry, for pointing that out. One of the things that you can cash in for is to ask me to change my font to Comic Sans. So, it's, I believe, I've got to look at, I forget how long the time is. I think it's, is it 20 minutes? I gotta go look at the list there. I forget how long the Comic Sans is. The Comic Sans cash-in is 10 minutes. All right. Before I start that, let me answer a couple questions here. I've been interested in maths. Interested in maths for a while and been thinking to start programming, Python to be more precise. Python's a great programming language to get started in. There's a lot of things around Python and Python notebooks that folks can use to be able to build and test and learn things quickly. Python is an interpreted language. It's used by a lot of folks in big data to do data analysis. The other more commercial and enterprise-focused languages that have a ton of support from Oracle and Microsoft, the .Net, Java languages, you're seeing they're getting those features as well. They're a little bit slower to respond to some of that. So Spark.net is a thing now. You're seeing things that you can do with .NET in the browser, like try.net. Python's a great starting language to get folks out of the blocks and get started with. No, you cannot redeem to change the font to Wingdings. So best of luck to you. Python's a great starter language. C# is very good as well. But if you're focusing on math and doing big math things, you can't go wrong with Python. All right, I'm going to focus on writing some code here. We're working on restoring the state of our user activity train. We have a follower train widget that will have a train go across the screen, and we need to restore the state of that as the application restarts. But I'm going to do that as redeemed with Comic Sans. Remind me in 10 minutes to change my font back. Here we go. Comic Sans as redeemed by Svava Blount. There we go. Oh my gosh. No, I'm not. Look at this. Look. The terminal only supports monospace fonts. Fine. In the terminal, we will use a monospace font. But up here, where everybody else is, yes, JavaScript and Comic Sans. Well, it says JavaScript. We're not using JavaScript here. Clark.io's been doing Python for a beginner stream for a while. Yes. Yes, we've redeemed and we are... It's easier to read, says Ferry. No, it's not easier to read. It's Comic Sans. Oh my gosh. All right. So right now, the widget restarts. We have this restart method here. It connects out and it checks. We wrote health checks into our ASP.NET Core application. It checks to see if the application is healthy. If it is, it reloads the screen, and we then have our train repainted. The number pops up that shows how many times the follower train has been extended, but we need to now start positioning the train appropriately so that it knows and lands at the appropriate place. Yeah, you could see the pain. Thank you, Crows. I know. It is not... Carrie, don't encourage them with this epicness. Oh my goodness. So, what I want to do... And we are using TwitchLib, lucky number 7. You can fire fake events into the chat client for your testing. I didn't know TwitchLib could do that. Definitely have to look at that. Okay. So what I want to do... Nothing else matters. Thank you so much for that cheer. 500 bits. We'll make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So after it's detected the reconnect and it restarts, we need to have some way to... Right, it's going to refresh the browser. It's going to reload the settings. And I need to reset the position appropriately of the train. So our train is managed over in, and we're using, this is all C#. This is all C# running on the server with markup. So inside of my user activity train model here, and this is a C# class that controls the position and how things run here. That just looks awful. Svava, you pain me. You wound me here. All right, we'll write some code. So time remaining, the train duration after it reloads, if it's still running, we should reposition the train and tell it to continue the animation. So here it is, load persisted configuration, right? This is what's being loaded. After it initializes, it will try to load the persisted configuration from a widget state repository object. So it has, we're saving the state into a database so we can reload it and know exactly where our train is, right? And this this widget has 3 features. It has a count. How many times have we gotten a new follower and extended the train? The first start time of the train, the last event time, right? What was the last time that we got a new follower or something like that, so that we know whether to set the counter appropriately, that we're continuing operating, right? So if we reloaded for some reason, make sure that we position the train appropriately. At least it's not cursive. This is true. No, Sanad Meskin, everything didn't change. We're being trolled by Svava right now, and it is. Oh my! It's pretty amazing. The first time that we've switched to Comic Sans here for a stream. So let me see. After we load the persisted configuration, we need to do something to position the train. Right. So if the time remaining total seconds is greater than 0, right? There's still time to extend the train. It sets the counter. So what I could also do here is, right. Restore. Let's create a method here called restore position of train. Oh, that's awful. Do we have a method called restore? Yeah, let's do that. Because we're going to end up doing some math here to try and figure out exactly where to position the train. Because it's not simple. I'm going to come to those questions in just a little bit here, friends in the chat room. Can one of the moderators who has access to featured chat, can you queue those up in the on deck? And I'll come to that after we're done writing a little bit of code here. We'll do a little Q&A after we finish writing here. So the position of the train is as it goes across the screen. So here's our Razor template, right? This is the markup that goes with it. And here you can see this is the train. So we have a train track, a horizontal train track that goes across the screen. And on the left side, we have the end, and it has a counter, right? Why do we go right to left on this? Why don't we go left to right? That's going to need to be a thing at some point. Yeah. Excuse me. And right now, I just have some hard-coded train images. And for the length of the train, we just add those images so that it extends the length of the train. But the position of the train is set by this move train class. So that's right here. The move train class has an animation name It has a duration, and that's the max time between actions in seconds. And there's a timing function here. This might be a problem, because if I position the train at a specific location, right, and it's somewhere in the middle, well, the speed going across here is going to change. I may need to make this a continuous timing function, right? A flat timing function here instead of something that's going across a curve, so that it's the same speed going the whole way across, so that then I could position at restart. Here's where the train is going to start. That's definitely something that I think is going to make this a little bit easier to do. What do you think, chat room? Oh, thank you, lucky number 7. Appreciate that. So, and this calculation here for where the train ends, that's not right either. We need to fix that. But the restore the location, I think, means that we're gonna need to change the animation timing function here. What other functions are available to us? There's definitely a thing there. Look at that. I love that Visual Studio Code has options here for me. Let's comment that out, right? / anything within / gets commented out in CSS. So, what? No, please give me something. No. Right, if I start typing, yeah, it doesn't know the cubic Bezier, is that how you pronounce that? It doesn't know that. Let's see here. Let me go back over here. Let's look for CSS, and I'm looking for animation timing function. Let's see. Ease in, ease out, linear. That's what I want right there. Right, linear means that it's going to be the same the whole way across. And that should. Right, so then we have the same speed going all the way across. That means that for the amount of time that's left, I'll be able to calculate the exact position to put it in. Okay. So... the move train here, right, the initial position of it starts at 0. But I think I need to make this an initial position. TBD Gamer, thank you so much for that.
Just resubscribed for 5 months.
Thank you so much for that. 5 months, we'll make another donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Very much appreciate that. TBD Gamer is another member of the Live Coders team. Make sure you check them out. Let's see here. So if I have an initial, so I'm declaring an initial position property. And that's what this will set, the position of the train. So let me go up here to my properties. Oh my gosh. Initial position, and we'll make that a get set. See, that just looks awful. And we'll start that at 0. Give it an initial value. Now 0 is always the initial value of an integer, but I want to be explicit with that. I think that's the end of my 10 minutes. Do you mind? Can I switch back from Comic Sans now, friends? I'm going to switch back. All right. Oh my gosh. Yes, consoleless, please. No, it's not consoleless. Switch font. That's better. Oh. Hey, Smab, good to see you. Oh my gosh, Moz!
Moz 2005 just resubscribed for 17 months. Still having fun, hugging face, starstruck, cool face.
Thank you so much, Moz. And 17 months at tier 3. Holy crow. Thank you so much for that. And we will make another donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Thank you for the follow. Dull and Picky. Welcome. Appreciate you joining us. Yes, Nightshade Dude, our eyes do appreciate it. So that's the initial position. And wasn't there a plugin to give me... Yeah, I'm not getting... Right, the comments. Right, isn't there a thing to do C# comments? Right, the summary bits here. C# for Visual Studio Code. Why doesn't it... Okay, it is installed. C# XML documentation comments. Yes, this is what I need. Is it? There you go, those things. Please give me one of those. Good. Because I want to be able to put comments on my code like that. The position of the train when first presented on screen. There we go. All right, so we've got a couple questions that I want to make sure I come back to. So DES asks, do you recommend coding C# on Linux? If Linux is your thing, if you enjoy writing code, working on Linux, absolutely. C# on Linux is a tremendous experience. Visual Studio Code, you've got full support from the team at Microsoft building and developing here. You've got Docker containers you can deploy into if you'd like. And it runs tremendously at the command line. There's a .NET command line tool that works really nice for you. If that's a thing that you're interested in. You can build service applications, console applications that work great. Desktop applications aren't a thing on Linux yet with C#. It might be at some point in the future, but it isn't yet. The next question from DES is, are you already written so much code for Linux in this project? So the code that I'm writing for this project is cross-platform targeted. It's not specific to one platform or another. It runs great on Linux, it'll run great on Mac and Windows. So a lot of flexibility there that you can take a look at. NGO Gershon says, I feel like if I dig into the fundamentals of computers, that'll be a better way than learning a specific language. Yes, if you're brand new to computer science and learning programming, getting into the fundamentals of computer science and programming, not a specific language, is a great way to start. If you just want to start implementing stuff and you have some idea as to how languages work, sure, jump right in. I'm a big fan of C#. Python is a great beginner's language as well. JavaScript has its curiosities. I wouldn't recommend JavaScript as a beginner's language because there's things that JavaScript can do that are not the best practices in other languages. Continuing. That way, wouldn't you be able to learn multiple languages with little effort? Folks that learn one language can learn other languages quickly and easily. It's not too hard to shift what you've learned from Python to C#, from C# to Java. C# and Java look very similar. It's not a question of learning the language, it's a question of learning all the components around the language. We call it the base class library in C#, in .NET, all the various features and facilities that are available to you as part of that framework. Takes a little bit of time to learn and get your arms around, but once you do, you can be very productive. Same thing with Java. There's a lot of features and facilities out there that are available to you that you can bring in and use. You have to learn where to get them and which ones are the appropriate ones for your project. Finishing. What will happen as after I finish with Python and want to do some C++? Transition from Python to C++ is hard. C++ is a very low-level language. You have to control the management of memory and processor with every line of code that you write in C++. You have full control over everything, and you have to compile things. Python is an interpreted language. When you write code, you can execute it immediately. There is no compile step to check to make sure that it works. You just execute Python, file name, and it runs. So there's a little bit of a difference between the two languages there that you're going to need to understand and cross. Sean says 12 of us may collude and make sure we have Comic Sans for a full 2 hours. I'm not opposed to that.
Oh my.
I'm not opposed to that at all. And Sanad Meskin says .NET Core is multi-platform. It doesn't matter where you code. You can compile it for Windows, Linux, Mac. Yep. You can even run it on IoT devices. It'll run on, oh my gosh, Samsung's OS that they have on refrigerators and things. I'm blanking on the name of it right now. It'll run on that as well. So a lot of different options that you can go after. Tizen, thank you, Sanad Meskin. Yes, it'll run on Tizen as well. So, yes, let the adventure begin, NGO. Absolutely. Shukian says, the best thing you learn in my experience is the word Google queries. Yes. There you go. Got your dog on a stream. Fantastic. That's awesome. C# with X11 on Linux. Could be a thing. Could definitely be a thing. All right. Hey, John Calloway. Good to see you. You need that extension. Oh, you want a light-themed IDE redemption. Drop me a line about that in the Discord. I'll wire it up for next time. We'll make that a thing. To be able to redeem for the light-themed IDE. Absolutely, we can do that. I think that's just fine to put in there. Thank you for the follow, Space Green Cat. Welcome. Any other redemptions that I may have missed in there that I need to come back to? Nope, we're good. All right. Not the light theme. Oh yeah, we'll do light theme for a 10-minute, 15-minute jaunt there. So, restore position of train. Right now, I'm throwing a not implemented exception. We need to figure out the time remaining, and where exactly it is in the location of the page. That means we need to know the width of the page. Ah, crumbs. Ah, crumbs. Let's think about this. We've done this as a percentage here. Right, so for me to specify a number of pixels from the right, I need to know how wide the browser is. And I've purposely not set how wide the browser is. Right, the train track is purposely is purposely 100% wide. So what I think I need to do, I think this needs to be a percentage. I think no. It needs to be a percentage. Oh my goodness. It needs to be pixels, but I think we want to have this inside of a calc block like this. Right? So we'll do CSS Calculations to specify exactly where it is. Oh boy. This is going to get confusing. So we want to add the number of, not pixels, it's going to be a percentage coming across. Right? Let me take Boom Boom's comment there and come back to it. Right, so I want to specify the number of pixels coming back, but it's going to be that it's like right, it's going to be a number of pixels. That's a percentage, but how do I convert it to, right? I think this is interesting that this even works here, you know. Right, I want to say like 0%. Right, how do I convert it from a percentage to pixels like that? Let me get back over here. Let's do a CSS calc example. Right, because I need to slice check? A couple of use cases for calc, yeah. Right, I need to... There we go. 100% minus 3n. There must be spaces surrounding the math. Right, I want to... No, not all the height. I want to convert between percentage and pixels. X pixels from the bottom right corner. So I'm going to have a percentage. Can I just say calc with a percentage? Maybe I can just do that. Something like that. Right? Can I just do that? And maybe that'll work? So if my initial position is a percentage, let's call this now initial position PCT. And if it starts off as 0.0 m is shorthand for make this a decimal. Then I can say the position of the train is going to be the last event time. Right, well, the time remaining total seconds. We've got this. I think we've got this. Initial position is going to be time remaining total seconds divided by, right, and is that a decimal? That's a double. Fantastic. Divided by the configuration max time between actions in seconds. Now that's an integer. So I need to cast this to a decimal before I do that. Still doesn't like that. There we go. I think that works. I think that works. Yeah, the M, right, is shorthand to indicate that this is a decimal. It's not a double. It's not an integer. Initialize this with a decimal type. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Restocks. Appreciate that. So that should give me, right, an initial position percentage. And I should multiply that by 100. Right? So that it's, right, it's a whole number instead of a decimal. Okay. I think that'll get me an initial position. That also means that when I restart down here, right, when an event occurs and we increment the counter, I need to reset the initial position to 0. Right? Because we need to make sure that it starts at the far right. I think that'll do what we need it to. So that also finally means we need to start the train timer as well. So the train timer interval, right? I need to do train timer interval start. This. And the train timer start. So where is it? So it's going to be time remaining. Total seconds. Right, because this time remaining property that I'm looking at here is the last event time minus now. So it's already doing that calculation for me. So, and then I need to start the interval. Train timer start. Right, so I've reset it so that it's starting on a smaller time and it should position it appropriately. Train timer start should actually kick that off. Now, start animation. Yeah, let's call start animation. All right, all right. Await start animation. Which means that should do it. Train timer interval is in yeah, it is. Oh no, wait. It's in milliseconds. Okay. Good catch. Thank you. Thank you very much. There we go. Now, why don't you like that right there? Gets the value of the current expressed in whole. No, there is no parenthesis there. No. Where did that come from? Okay, good. Let's try and run this and see what happens. I'm not going to start ngrok today. I don't need to connect out and be running on the server. So let's just reach into the project. So .NET watch run. Kick that off. While that's starting, good. Good. We'll come back to that. Boom Boom had a comment. Speaking of Microsoft Teams, I'm in awe of the Roslyn infrastructure. The challenge of running that repository must be astounding. It is. They do a lot of juggling on that. We've got a bug to fix there. If you were on that team full time, you might be a happy man. It is a tremendous group. Brilliant folks that work on there. Absolutely, we want to make sure that the folks that build our languages, they know their stuff. So it is a very, very difficult team to become a part of, because they're writing languages and language compilers, right? Let me force a restart there. There it goes. While that's restarting, yes, the timer went off. Roslyn is the C# compiler. That's right, Caparino. Yep. We crossed 8,600 followers last stream, and I promised I would do a sticker giveaway. It's in the title. We need to do a sticker. What the heck is this? No. There they are, the lash tools. We need to do a sticker giveaway here, live on stream. Stop the music. Stop the music. Thank you. If you're in the chat room and you want to win a C# Fritz sticker pack, which includes a bunch of emotes, stickers, like there he is. There's the rainbow bearded Clippy. I've got the C# bot wearing shades. I have 2 sticker packs I owe folks I need to send out. There he is. I've also got the Super C# logo, and for folks that are in and win stickers now, you'll get the Live Coders button as well. Check it out. I'll throw these in. I will send stickers anywhere in the world. If you want to win stickers, drop your name in there. It is ! here in the chat room, and you can win a sticker pack. We'll send it out there to you. Yeah, absolutely. Get in that chat room, and we're going to give away stickers. Now, I will tell you, John has not rigged it yet. I want to do a giveaway in November. And I'm not going to be able to stream too much here directly broadcasting on the channel. I'm on a couple other channels throughout the month. Next Tuesday, I want to make sure you're aware, I will be broadcasting live as part of Ignite Live, Microsoft Ignite Live. You'll see me on stage teaching about Blazor, teaching about Visual Studio. And I'm even doing a recap to kick off the day. I'm doing the recap of day 1 with our friend Donovan Brown. You'll see me co-hosting Microsoft Ignite with Donovan Brown, but I'm not going to be directly here hosting and writing code for a good bit of the month in November, because I've got 3 events that we're going to be at. Microsoft Ignite, Tech Bash in the Poconos, and I'll be at, what's the other one? Dev Intersection in Las Vegas. I'm teaching a workshop, and we're going to be hosting Dev Intersection live on the Dev Intersection channel all week long with my good friend Richard Campbell. There's tickets still available for that event. You can click the banner just below the video here on Twitch, and you can get tickets to that. But I want to set up for a big giveaway in November. We've got some tasks out there for folks to help with, and I want to do a giveaway for whoever sends the best pull request to improve our bot. And I want to give away something big. I want to give away a backpack and a keyboard for that. So keep an ear open here for the next day or two. I'm going to set up for that giveaway in November. And at the end of the month, we will do, I think we're going to do a giveaway for the best pull request. You're going to get a Bluetooth keyboard. You'll get a Live Coders backpack. We'll throw some buttons in there. We'll throw some stickers in there. But this is a big giveaway. That Bluetooth keyboard is the envy of the Live Coders team. Folks really, really like that. So keep an ear open, and we're going to do that in November. All right, let's do this. Yes, MB Crump has one, and it's great. Thank you so much for joining us, my friend. All right, yeah, a massive swag pack, and we will send that anywhere in the world. I've sent them. I've sent packages to Australia, to Russia. I haven't sent anything to Africa yet, but I will send that to anyone, anywhere. I've got 41 people in the box, exclamation point here, and we will do a quick raffle for a sticker pack. Hype for this community, indeed. All right, what do you say we do this? Donovan Brown, he's not doing just DevOps now. He's doing some other things as well. All right, let's do it. Let's give away some stickers. I love the sound and the music with this. It's tremendous. Thank you for the new follows there. I think you missed it, Code Stencil. Here we go. Let's give away some stickers to... Who's it going to be? Two Wolf. Congratulations, Two Wolf. You just won some stickers. All rigged, says Taggeron. All rigged. Absolutely. That's all we do here is rig giveaways. Drop me a line with your address, and I will send out stickers. There we go, Two Wolf. Thanks so much. And every time this number crosses a multiple of 100, we'll run another raffle. We'll give away some more stickers live here on stream. Very cool stuff. So, yes. So I definitely want to set up... so there's a little bit more participation for folks to win a backpack and keyboard. That's a lot. So, we will... I'll have some terms and things around that coming up here in the next few days as I nail that down. Is that Furquan? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Sammy Best, welcome. I appreciate the follows and helping us out here reaching some of our follower goals. When we already reached the 8,000 follower goal at Dev Intersection in 3 weeks. I'm going to be sporting a rainbow beard on that Dev Intersection channel, co-hosting with my friend Richard Campbell, and interviewing some tech luminaries, something like that. Interviewing some folks, and we'll be sporting a rainbow beard there as a salute to you, our first 8,000 followers here on channel. Need new stickers for your new computer build? Fantastic, Two Wolf. John Calloway asks, is the sticker giveaway machine open source? It is not. It's written by another, it's a flashed, you know what, it might be open source. Come to think of it. Wait a second. Hang on. Right, it's something like that. Lash Tools. Right, I think that's how you spell it, right? I am the Lash Tools internet webpage. Here it is. It's written with Adobe Air, but I thought there was a thing. Yep, subscribers, giveaways, and so much more. Download here, and it's an Adobe Air thing. But I thought there was a GitHub repository of that. Ah, look at There it is. There it is. Look at that. So it is open source. You can get your hands on it if you'd like. Let me share that link. There you go. Totally rigged. Absolutely. You want to be able to edit it so you can rig all the things, don't you? Right? That could totally be a thing. So, all right. So, all right, the bot's running. Let me kick this off and let's see if we can break it and get it to. Why won't that go through? All right, what changed? Why can't I log in? I'm thinking. This isn't good. That's what I'm thinking. Refresh that. Hang on. So there's the about page. If I click login, it's not going to slash. That's not right. How did that URL change? And that's not the right URL at all. Look at that down there. Localhost 5001. That's not where it's supposed to go. Hang on. The bot over here fell asleep on us. 1 second. There it goes. It should be routing through the login page. Yes, next month we'll be back on Windows. Yep. Right, hang on. The navigation there for the login button should be going through the login challenge, and it's not. Did something change, or are we just not forcing that appropriately? Right, so if I go to components up here, shared, there's my navigation menu. So that's across the top. Down the side. Here's across. Right, so there's down the side, across the top. If the user is authenticated. This should be doing navigation manager navigate to /account/login. But it isn't. Right? Like if I put on here yeah, Blazor Mr. Magoo's right. We're gonna go back to totally. That's absolutely gonna be a thing. Next month we're gonna go back to OS2 Warp.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
No, we're not going there. That's not a thing. Why isn't it logging in? Invocation message start circuit. Like, it's not routing here appropriately. Or it's going there and it's... Well, there you go. Look at that. Authorization failed. Great. Shouldn't you be asking me to log in then? Oh, is it the same site cookie stuff? Oh, no. So here's the online one. Is this the same site cookie thing? No, that's fine. Right, and if I... Network error when attempting to fetch resource. Right there. What's this? Right? What? There, we're connected. There we go. Thank you, Toolwolf. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the neck. Oh boy. Think this through. Think. We have the same problem happening on both websites. Let me try one of the Windows browsers. Let's see what happens here. Right, and I'm even going to open a private browser and go to... Why can't I type? FritzBot.net, login. So that is routing appropriately. That tells me it's a browser thing. Right. And I don't like seeing browser things. Firefox 70 is what is being used here. Can you give me October 22nd? So it was released last week. Enhanced tracking protection is on by default on all platforms, bringing privacy protection to all our users. Oh no. So am I getting whacked here by this? Right, so if I turn that off, nope, that doesn't work either. Yeah, browser shenanigans are happening. Enhanced tracking. Cross-site tracking cookies, tracking content in private windows, crypto miners. I don't want this on at all right now. Because this could end up breaking a lot of things here. You've turned off protections on these websites. Do I need to add the Auth0 website? Right? You get the same thing, but if I specify the HTTPS protocol in the URL, it works. So this is going HTTPS here locally. Right, and let me turn that off here. Now it works. Oh. So the browsers are blocking us from being able to navigate back and forth like this. Are you kidding? New browser features blocking communications between, and it's not a cookie that it's blocking. Right? This is blocking I wish I knew more about what this thing is doing. Is it blocking this social media tracker? Is that what it's doing here? No, it's not Auth0. Thank you for the follow, Schmorf. Schmorf? Appreciate you joining us. Janescu has a link for us going to talk about the same-site cookie issue. adds a new same site value none and changes the default behavior to lax. This breaks OpenID Connect logins and potentially other features your website might rely on. These features will have to use cookies whose same site property is set to none. However, browsers which adhere to the original standard and are unaware of the new value have a different behavior to browsers which use the new standard as the same site. Are you kidding? Your .NET website will now have to add user agent sniffing to decide whether you want to send the new none value or not to send the attribute at all. Are you freaking kidding me? .NET Core 3.1 will contain an updated enum definition, same site, unspecified, which will not set the same site property. The OpenID Connect middleware for OWIN and .NET Core will be updated at the same time. However, we cannot introduce the user agent sniffing code into the framework. That's right, yeah. Oh my gosh. So that's 4.7.2. Gosh. Yeah, we're going to need to sniff the user agent here. Seriously, the amount of pain that the browser vendors create by doing stuff like this. Oh, we're going to protect you. Are you kidding? Chrome is scheduled to turn on the new behavior in February or March. Well, clearly Firefox turned it on sooner. Okay. So let me go back up and look at that list of exceptions. If I remove everything there, and we try to do this going to the HTTPS, let me log out. Yeah, look, I can't even... Yeah. This is aggressive implementation of new standards. No, this isn't .NET being behind the ball. This is literally... Yeah. Yeah. Even though I'm going to the HTTPS version, you have to go through and you have to turn on. It's not just this site. I have to go and turn it on the other site as well, which means I also need to do this. Right, even though I put that in the box, right, hard refresh, it's still not going to get over to the other one. This is a real problem. This is going to be a real problem. What happens if I try to go to featured.chat from here? Because they do a similar type of OpenID login here, login with Twitch. Does that work? That does work. Okay. I mean, this browser feature literally just snapped the bot in half because we can't log in anymore. Developing basically runs on a lot of face palms and Lux, says Nels Khan. You're right. This is worse than the Comic Sans. You're not wrong, Svava. Not wrong at all. This is terrible. Because now, right, we're toast. Can't do anything. And gosh, I even went through and right, I turned off protection tracking here. And it still doesn't let me through with it. Oh, it's extremely secure now, cursed off. Extremely secure. Now, it worked that time. Why did it work that time? What happened? What changed that time? You're seeing a reload after 2 health checks after clicking login. Comment out the page reload. Oh, wait a sec. I see what Blazor Mr. Magoo is suggesting here. Let's go back over here. Did I do something? Is this something where where'd that JavaScript go? What the heck? This one. Right, it's doing this. Right, it's seeing the reconnect class here. Am I inadvertently... There. Am I inadvertently hitting that? And it's forcing it through. Let's see here. So... Okay, that logout worked. So, down here, the location reload, for right now, just to see if we can get this working. We couldn't get that to work. Let's just comment that out for right now. Hard refresh. So now I should have that new JavaScript that doesn't do the reload. In fact, let's do this. Console log console error. Attempting to reload the browser. Am I inadvertently breaking myself here? Hard refresh. Let's look at the console so we can see if that error comes up. When I click login. Yeah, look at that, look at that. It was doing the health check and doing the refresh. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. It's doing the health check. Right? Look, look, look. The class was modified. Detected disconnect. Healthy, healthy. And then it's refreshing the browser. Stop the press. The new value here is, where is it? I thought there was a, yeah, there's old value. What's the new value is that. So now it's not trying to reload. We should be able to see exactly what's going on here. Attempting to reload the browser. Yeah. Hard refresh. New value. Components reconnect show. So it shouldn't be trying to reload the browser, right? Oh no, I put it in the list. So it is forcing the reload, and that's what's doing this. Without that browser reload in there, let me put this, turn this back on. This isn't the, right? This isn't the same site. This is my code. Right, doing the, see that? So now if I do the login, it works. Yeah. And that'll come back. Good catch, Blazor, Mr. Magoo. Good catch, right? But why is it saying disconnected? Well, oh, it's disconnected because it's going somewhere else. It's going outside of Blazor. So I need a way to shut down. Yeah, the Blazor connection, that login is going to a non-Blazor page. So it's shutting down the connection. But it should shut it down gracefully, is what we're running into here. Thank you for the follow, Rivers. Is that how you pronounce it? Rivers? Welcome. So, this is what we do want. But we need it right when you navigate to a non-Blazor page. We need to gracefully shut down this. Right? So we need some sort of a... Because the location reload, part of me says, I don't want to put a timer in there and say wait 1 second and then reload. That feels stupid. That feels wrong. What if we did...
Let me add some value.
Hugo!
Terminator 23 bonus 2. Well done at Blazor, Mr. Magoo.
Yes, well done indeed. Okay, so we know what the problem is. It's navigating to a non-Blazor page and breaking the connection. We're detecting the connection's broken and forcing that to forcing a reconnect. You know what? This, I feel like, should only be active when we're actually displaying a widget. You know? Right? So this is being created when you first visit the page. It's on the page and it's working right now. But I don't want it to be active on this page. I only want it to be active on that other page that has the widget hosted on it. Yeah, Stelzy, you're right. It only on the pages that need the reconnect logic. So right now, this is being referenced at the bottom here of my index page. So every application, every page gets this feature. I think we only want to add it to the layout that needs this. Thank you,
Terminator
Karen.
250 bonus 25. Had to get on the Terminator game.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that cheer. And all of our cheers will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So if I look at the standard features here, right, actually the UI, haha, I know where to put this. In my empty layout that will contain the widgets when there is no layout. I'll put the script here, put the script reference here, so that it's only on that page, which means that script's going to execute. That script is going to execute only on that layout when it's presented. I don't think that's... Let's see what happens if I put it over there. I don't think that's proper. Yeah, look at that. Script tags should not be placed inside components because they cannot be updated dynamically. Yeah. Move it to a static location. So if we put it in a static location and we give some way to activate the reload logic, because you're on a widget, you're looking at a widget. That could be a thing. Right? What if we did that? So let's not put that there. Go back over here, put this back in there. But the widget support is over here, right? Let's wrap this up. Put this back inside the, right, the immediately executed if statement. And if we put a method on here, right, that allows you to trigger it. You might only include it when certain routes are requested. Maybe. Exactly. I could on before unload to disable my JavaScript reload logic. Yeah. Yes. Well, then I need to put that on every Razor page. On before unload. Oh, wait, but no. Wait. Oh, that's a window. Hang on, that's a JavaScript window thing. On before unload. Yes. Okay. Right, we can do... reload enabled. Reconnect enabled. Right, and down here, I changed files there, my bad. Just say reconnect enabled equals false. And if reconnect enabled, location reload. So that, right, that could take care of this, right? That routed through. Okay, log in. Go back over here to my configuration, look at the widget train, there it is. And let me shrink that a little bit. So this isn't a browser thing, this is Jeff overthinking the problem. And let's add a follower to the train. Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. What happened there? If we take a look in here, there's all my Blazor stuff. Here's my style. And what was generated here... Right train track. This was that interval that we created. The timing function. Right, what is this? Right here. Right calc 0.0 percentage to right calc 100% minus 37 pixels. Okay, so my calculation there is wrong in the CSS. Can I zoom that error text? Sure. Right, the interval in the activity train model, line 89. So if I head back over here, right? Activity train model here, line 89, ta-da. Time remaining total milliseconds. Well, you know what? I only want to do this if counter, if time remaining total seconds, yeah. If time remaining total seconds, and this will actually help us test that refresh. So, do that. So we're only going to restart the train and reposition the train. I should move that there. We're only going to do that if the train should be moving. So I just saved that. It's going to restart everything here. Right, there it goes, restarting. Right? I scrolled over there, my bad. So while that's doing that, this is connection disconnected. It should, after this gets restarted here, try to reconnect. And refresh. Oh, actually, hang on. The error prevented any of that stuff from picking up here. Right? So if I refresh the page, yeah. Hang on. We're in a weird state. Refresh that, refresh this. Go back to that. Alright, so that's running. Here comes the train. There it is. Now we're all connected and it's got appropriate information and no errors. Good. Order of operations? I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's add somebody. There we go. New follower, and the train is starting its process across the screen. Right, so we'll just fire those in so we get a nice train. Here it comes, and it's got a linear speed that it's going to go across the screen. It's always running at the same pace across the screen. Okay. Now if we stop it, right? Network error attempting to fetch resource. Right, error, right? Doesn't know what to do. Oh no! Network error attempting, because it can't get to the health check. So it's still trying to get out to the health check is what's going on here. Right? So this is, right, it can't get to the health check, but it's not preventing this from working. So in just a few seconds here, we should see it get to the health check. There it goes, healthy. Now it positioned it wrong. That's the wrong position, but it started up and positioned it. Right? The position that it put on this, down in here. There it is. There's my style. Right? 100% minus 295. So it didn't calculate, right? 100% minus 295 is the wrong location for this, right? So if we say, can we do this? Okay, so, right, that's the train position. And it should actually be moving. The animation should be happening here. Right, that's the move train. So the actual train itself is... There it is. So we could say document get element by ID train. Right? Document get element... Right? Style dot right equals calc 100% minus... Is it 295 pix that we put it like that? No, it doesn't like that. What if we did... Does it like that? No. Right, I should be able to say right is 0 pixels. Well, that doesn't work either. Right? Style off. Come on, move this thing. equals 500 pixels. That didn't move it either. Why can't I move this thing? Layout, position. There it is. And it looks really weird. And the train width. Why won't it let me set the width? Right, the width of this div is set to 100 pixels. It shouldn't be set to 100 pixels. I thought it needed strings also, but it's not. It's not moving it. Yep, we're monkeying with JavaScript. It's not moving it. Right? And that is train. There it is. Get element by ID train. Why can't I move that thing? Yeah, so I do need to put like that, but it's still not moving. Okay, now, all right, there we go. Right? But it's... Okay, now I've got the full width of it. Okay. So I'm positioning it appropriately. I'm not positioning it appropriately. So if I say style dot right equals right, and I was trying to do this with a CSS Calc, right? The right is going to be 0% minus 295 pixels, and it's not calculating that. Right, it's right, the initial position that it gave it. Hey T Tutco, welcome. Where did it go? Thank you for the follow. Wow, Filippo Sangui, welcome. Right, let's look at that style statement again. 100% minus 295. 295 sounds weird. Right, let's look at that calculation. Not the time remaining. It's 100 times the time remaining total number of seconds divided by the maximum time between actions in seconds. So if the time remaining is 100 seconds and it's 500 seconds, 600 seconds between, right? So I should get 1/6. 1/6 times 100. Which is then a percentage of width across the screen. So I should be able to actually just make this a percentage, right? I don't need to, I could say right, can I say right as a percentage? Can I say right as 36%? Like that? Or 20%? Right? Thank you for the follow, Minion79. Just do a debug right line for the styles of the train in JavaScript to see what values are actually set. So if I do that, well, oh, let's turn off that left setting. Now it's gone. So if we say right equals 0 pixels. Where'd it go? Set left to empty string. Okay. It's gone. Okay, hang on. I clicked refresh, and it still attempted to reload the browser. Okay. Let's force the train to appear. There it is. So if I'm calculating, hey, I want to be back here. If I'm calculating the initial position as a percentage, to get that as a right in pixels, then inside my razor here, right? It's gone forever. You're right. You're right, Duke Twitch. It's gone. Right, what if I just did -1 pixel? Right, to just kind of force it. That should actually... Hope it didn't kick off a reload. Let's see here. I know, right? We'll figure this out. We will figure this out. So it's reconnected now. This should, within the next 10 seconds, get the reconnection and restart the screen. There it goes. There it is. Not perfect, but better. Better. Wanted to make sure we didn't get the Frau calling Scott. The Frau calling Scott. Scott! Her? Oh, this is so close. So, right.
Right, Scott.
I know. That position. Right, it definitely jumped here. Right, it's not correct. Let me put another person. There we go. And I'm able to use the same name there. The one that comes in from Twitch actually does the deduping. And also notice it didn't go all the way over to the right. If I refresh this, it should start. So we're right about at the accessibility button. If I refresh this, it should pick up right about there, and it didn't. So the calculation is still wrong. Right? So if we take a look, 100. Where's this? Okay, that's yes, 92% from the right. -1 pixel. I would love to get that CSS calculation output. See, look, it's still moving. That's the size of it. It's changing the size of the train. So, okay, hang on. When you specify the right value is, in CSS, is the right side of that object. The train is a div that contains several images, and you can see the various cars here. Should I instead be setting the left? And it's going to continue animating this and trying to get it to smush over there, but it's not going to get anywhere. Right? If If I try and refresh this now, it's going to look even weirder. Or not. That actually feels like it's probably the right position. Right, there's the train. The train size isn't changing. The right position should be changing here. It's not updating in this. That's interesting. Right? I mean, how do we... If I change it so it's doing the left, right, and the left position is what's updating here. 88 pixels an hour, says Hugo. No, it's not moving at 88 pixels an hour. What is that? What if I change this to the left? What am I animating in the keyframes? I'm animating the position. I'm moving the position across. I'm doing a... Let me show you the keyframes here. Right, I'm setting from right to right. This should probably be a plus, so it goes through the box. Yeah, the whole approach to the animation does feel... Well, no, I'm just moving from left to right. The fact that I'm doing it with a right feels weird. Succotash got the stickers. Oh, congratulations. Glad that you got your stickers. Congratulations to you. Yeah, I have one or two that I missed sending out that I need to send out. We'll get that taken care of here. Okay, hang on. If the keyframes to move the train, let's try this slightly different. I'm going to comment this out so I still have these. If we calculate this as a left, right? So if it's left, we're always starting at 100%. We're starting from the far right side, unless our initial position changes, right? So that would be 100%, 100 minus the initial position percentage. 100% minus that. Well, wait a sec. I don't even need a calc, right? The initial position percentage is going to be would be 100%. Where'd it go? Here. If I'm calculating it as a left. So it's always going to be on the far end. So if I do that, then I can just make this initial position percentage. But I also need to change when it restarts here. This needs to be 100 also. Okay. It's then ending at it's ending at 0. But it's not just 0, it's 0 minus the length of the train. Can I change that to at initial position percentage with... Yeah, let's do that. Sure. Like this, right? And put a percentage right there like that. So then this needs to be... Okay, so this location, it needs to be the width of the images, the width of the train. The width of the train is... No, don't use Silverlight, rambling geek. Instead, do it live. We wanted to calculate it, the left to be 0 pixels minus the width of the train. So how do I get the width of the train? Can I say train dot width? Can I do that? Can I reference that in CSS? Or does the calc have to be... We can use adder function. Css Calc. Let's look here at this one. Right, because I want to get the width of it. And I don't know the width of it. Calc function takes a single expression. The expression can be any simple expression combining the following operators. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, blah, blah, blah. I don't think we can reference objects. Positioning an object on screen with a margin. Yeah, mixing percentages and pixels looks like the thing to do. Nested calc with CSS variables. No, Blazor is not the Silverlight 2019. Using the dollar quote quote. Huh? Dollar quote quote. Let me go back over here. Oh, using string interpolation. I see what you're saying. So if I did something like this, but put the dollar in front, I can then do that, and that becomes a string. Ugh. Okay. The train width. How do I know the width of the train? I see what you're saying there. How do we get the width of the train? The width of the train is being dynamically built here with this for loop. And I can't just grab this div and say, give me that width. So yes, I'm trying to go completely off screen. No, CloudGator. The train does not require Adobe Flash Player. Sorry, no. We're not going to do that. Let's look at the images real quick, because they're right here. Right? There it is. Won't you tell me the properties? Tell me some properties on this thing. Right? No. I'd like to know how wide it is, please. Go back over here. What do you mean you're trying to reconnect? You are connected. Oh, you know what? I know what's going on here. No, that should have reconnected. Attempting to reload the browser. Try again. It's because I broke it. Nope. Wow, I really broke it. No, that's because... Ooh, boy. Yeah. Okay, that's loaded. Back to the bot. And the widget. There it is. Okay. See, the position is way wrong there, but I can click in and get the... Right, get the actual train here. It is... So the train itself is 261 wide. These are 135. 261 and 135. Okay. So we could say, right, we could do something like this. 261 plus. Oh, and here's where we're running into that thing that Blazor Mr. Magoo is suggesting, getting the things mixed up. All right, hang on. It was 135, so 135 times, right? Counter minus 1. Why am I not inside the... Counter minus 1. And that's a, right, that's a number of pixels. So why don't I just set that... I don't need the calc here. Right? I could just say the left is that as pixels, right? So if I do this, like that, and we do this as string interpolation for this part, pixels, and put a paren at the end of that. So now it should move all the way to the left, and that should be -1 times that. So it goes all the way through and out the other side. Am I resizing the page? Nope. So let's restart this. That's trying to reconnect, and that should reconnect properly. Unless I broke something. $$ is not valid at the start of a code block. On the razor at line. Come here, you. I need to put a parenthesis around that. Now, that won't restart. Nope. Not on its own. Alright, now what don't you like? Syntax error. I'm missing the end paren. Now I got it. Right, that one matches that. Right, that matches that one. We're good. Electric Havoc.
Havoc just resubscribed for 9 months. It's like we had a baby.
Thank you so much. Cronkriz. Oh. Let me come back to that question. Why isn't... I don't understand why it... Right? 57, right? It's like I'm missing a parenthesis here. Left at... Right, so I've got the parenthesis. I've got the $, quote. Oh, I'm missing a parenthesis inside of this. That's the one I'm missing. Try that again. Yeah. Get that loaded. While that's starting up, the question from Cronkriz is, hey, why am I not on Mixer? Mixer doesn't have a programming community. Full stop. There is no programming community on Mixer. There is no encouragement of a programming community on Mixer. And quite frankly, it isn't in Mixer's goals right now to support any content that isn't gaming. That's fine. That's how they're running their service. I want to present and talk to and interact with a programming community. Twitch has one. So I'm over here where the programmers are. It's pretty simple. Okay, so that actually reloaded, and we're still at a weird position here. Right now, using that left. Right, so if where's the style? There it is. Yeah, I've still got this weird thing in here. But this is actually commented out. That's And if I try to reload the page, yeah, my time's up, so it doesn't. There we go. So this should be starting, and it's off screen because it's at left 100. It's not going to even appear on screen for a little bit. Oh, no, look at that. Hang on. Stop the press. Yeah, is it actively moving? Well, it's got the move train class on it, so it should start moving across the screen here. Right? It's just off screen at this point. We should see it start to appear here in a few seconds. So. But I feel like the left position that it should start at is right 100% minus the width of the train. You know? So that it starts and it appears on screen. Right, so if the initial position percentage, right? Let's go back to that. Oops, wrong one. I want... Right, if we look at this again, that's the commented out. To left minus 261 pixels. That's wrong. This is a mess here. I can't read it. Keyframes move train. Yeah. I don't... There it is. From left, 100%. So the 100% it calculated, so it's all the way... It is off screen, but it's not moving on screen at all. It's not here yet. And I have a feeling that's because of overflow hidden on that. Right, if we go to... Right? Somewhere there's an overflow hidden so that it, when it goes off screen, it disappears. I thought I had an overflow hidden something on here. No. It's not here. Well, I have that. Is that being applied? No, it's not. Did I miss the train? Yeah. Off-screen left or moving left? No. So, right, if we look at the actual train itself, it's over on the far right side. Oh, wait a sec. Hang on. Height, z-index, position absolute. Right, if I delete that, yeah, it won't let me delete it. There it is. Somewhere it's got a right being set. But the animation isn't applying at all right now. Should have used the Japanese tree. Right, I'm trying to do the transition from left to left, and it's not doing any animation now. Right, now it should restart and reposition it. And it's not getting the position anywhere here. Animation duration 300 seconds. There it is, animation timing function linear, but we're missing, here, keyframes move train left 12.46% to left minus 261 pixels. It's changing from percentage to pixels. It doesn't, that's not a thing that it can do. So we need to change this so that this is a calculation, right? So let's do this. Calc. And if we say 0 pixels minus that, so that it calculates it as a pixel location, it should place it appropriately. Because we want everything to be in pixels. Let's see if that changes anything. I need to kick the server so I can get a new version of that Razor bit here. So it's reconnecting. Was that debug data in the Blazor rendered markup? Well, I've commented out some data. So there it goes, it restarted. And if I force something to appear, I'm still not getting it to appear. Right, the trick that I'm running into here is the calc that's appearing, right, it needs to do as percentages. No, I'm sorry, as pixels. So if I do 100% minus 0 pixels, right? So let's flip that. Let's make it 1 pixel just so that it's there. Just so that there's something there. Kill that, restart. And I'm almost at the end of our time together here today. So let's see if we can get this to appear. I need spaces around the minus. Do I? Maybe I do. Let's see. Thank you for the follow, Jaffe Cake. Welcome. So there's the train. See, it doesn't have a left, but it has a right. Right. Looking at the style, and this is so hard to read. From calc. Oh, I've got the parentheses wrong there. Right. Like that. Right, and 1 pixel shouldn't make that much of a difference. So we'll kill this, kill, restart it. It's just funny, markup inside the style. It is Electric Havoc. Yeah, CSS Calc is quite fussy, Blazor Mr. Magoo. So let's see what happens here. That'll get reconnected. Right, there it goes. No. From left, calc 56.06 minus 1 pixel to left minus 261 pixels. So that looks right. That looks correct. Part of me wants to move this out into an HTML file so we can hack on the CSS directly. And then turn it into Razor. And I had a file for that, for working on that. And I don't. Oh, here, test web. So this is actually someplace where I was just testing, building the train, and being able to browse to it. Let's open this. Copy path. Right, so there it is, just going across and ending over there. Right, that's what I want to affect. And I need to, right now I just put 110 in there so I could figure out what that looks like. But I need to make that behave better. So let's clean up some of these other files. Let's see if we can put these two. Right, so horizontal, that's fine. I think that's fine. That's fine. My train, I've got it hard-coded here. These are just so it's a square. And I'm kind of forcing the size. Animation name, animation duration, timing function. I'm going to change this to linear. Animation fill mode forwards. Yes, okay. So, right, the animation name is move train. The duration I'm forcing to 5 seconds here so we can watch it and force it to happen. Linear fill mode forwards. So the keyframes, let's change the keyframes here so they kind of match what we're doing now. Right? And this is all so that we can test without having to restart and redo all the things so that we've got an appropriate bot running there. Now the size of this, right, this is 100. This is 100. And I'm going to make this, I'm going to force this to 0 for right now. And, you know what, let's just make it -1 times 100 pixels. So let's just make this -100 pixels. And we'll figure that out later. That's correct, down there. Come here, you. Ugh. Ugh. Don't need that. Need this out here. Get rid of the quote. Now this, the calculation initial position percentage. So for right now, let's make that 100. And I can get rid of some of this C# formatting around this. I still need that last calc parenthesis. Get rid of that. What am I doing wrong here? What do I have? Right? Parenthesis expected. Oh. Okay. Get rid of that. I can F2 edit it in the browser. So there we go. It's constant going across. And it stops exactly the right distance over on the other side. That worked! Right? And, I mean, it does start off screen. Right? If I want it to go to start not just 100% minus the width of the train on screen. So the width of the train is 100 pixels in this case because it's just a square. Now it starts on screen. Right? Let's make that duration really long so we can see that it starts on screen. Yeah, it starts on screen. Right? And it goes right through and pops out the other side, and who cares? That's okay. Make the train wider now. Great point, Hugo. Let's add another car to the train. So right now the train is 100 pixels. So now let's make the train 200 pixels. So this would be 200, and this would end at -200. And refresh that. So now there's my wider train. And it goes all the way through. Make it like 4 cars. Okay, so like 4 cars would be 400 pixels because I'm making this perfectly square. Right. And let's make it really long so we make sure that it all starts on screen. That's not the right location. Right, if the, oh, let's make the width 400, right? So that it matches. So now that is correct. That's the correct start. And if we have it go the whole way through, right? So 5 seconds, and it should go all the way through and pop out the other side. Bingo. I think we've got it, friends. So all we did was set, right, the width. We know that we can calculate the width because we know the size of the images. So the calculation here looks like that's all we need to make this work. So let me go back over here to the razor. So if I make it in our uber simple HTML, that. So 100% minus, right? Well, this is the initial position, right? Oh, let's also do that. Hang on, let's go back over here. What happens if the initial position is somewhere different? What happens if it's at the 50% mark? Then that means this is 2.5 seconds. So if we refresh that, it starts at the appropriate location and goes all the way through. At the appropriate speed, too. So I think we're good with setting that appropriately. Right? If this is, right, the percent of how far you are through it. So let's do, right, let's make the left. All right, now we're diving into crisscrossing the streams here between C# and JavaScript. So we want this whole thing, this CSS expression, to be a C# expression. So this 100% is going to be initial position PCT. Okay. Minus the width of the train. The width of the train is 261 plus 135 minus the counter.
I'm Scott, I'm new here.
Canal Bolin, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome. Using your Twitch Prime, thanks so much. We'll make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. You're going to get 17 emotes. You're going to get to throw emotes at the panel here, at the screen. And ads will be turned off. Thank you so much for the sub. And using your Twitch Prime. That's awesome. That is so cool. Thank you very much for that. So the left is going to be, right, is going to be at dollar quote. Right, if we do this right. Let's put the semi in there also. The left is going to be minus. Well, if we do this as...
I'm Scott, I'm new here.
Singing Mexican, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Bring in your Twitch Prime as well. Welcome. We'll make another donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. I think it's that same value right here. I think that's the correct value, right? And I'll just move this up. I think that looks right. Let's see if we can get this to work right now. So I'll go back to the real one here. Let's get that to refresh. What happened to the follow sub train? Here it is. We're building it. We're trying to get it working right now, making sure that it moves appropriately across screen and that it restarts. So history teacher Hashin Shin, what we're running into is when there's a restart, we need to position the train appropriately when it appears on screen. And it's not even appearing properly right now. Where did it go? Where's my train? It's here. I know it's here. $100% minus 261 plus. Why is it getting counter -1? That is a C# thing. Right? That should be calculated, right? Because I have the @ sign in front of this. This should be evaluated as Blazor. And this initial position percentage, that 100%, that's correct. Oh, that's not inside. Hang on. Wait a sec. Yeah. that needs to be like that, which means this also needs to be like that. Oh, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Restart that. So I'm mixing and matching here. The times when you misplace a train, says Stelzy. Wow. Didn't David Copperfield do that? Disappear a train? Just make a train disappear? We are currently working with the crazy train. Not wrong. Unexpected token parenthesis on line 57 here. I'm already inside of a parenthesis, so I don't need this one because I'm doing that calculation. Okay, sure. See if we can get that to go. Not just a train. He made the Orient Express disappear. That's what it was. Line 57, it still sees a... What do you mean? Invalid expression term. Left at... So at this point, I'm in C# mode. -1 times... No. Oh, I didn't save the file first. Darn it. Yeah, it was the curly braces, T-Tutco, that I was mixing up there. So let's restart this. There it goes. Now we're connected. So this should get reconnected here in just a second, because it sees the resource again. There it is. Refresh. There's the 1. Where's my train? There we go. That 135 times 0, I want that to actually be calculated here, because that's calc 44 minus 44% minus 1 pixel. Well, that's commented out. Oh, this is so close, friends. Okay, hang on. Let's get rid of this thing. See if we can simplify some of this markup, make it a little bit easier to look at, because it's so close. It's so close. I'm going to get rid of all this because I'm not referencing that anymore. So this bit here, from that location, I want it to do that whole calculation. Right? Thank you for the follow, Kobe Pal. Welcome. So let's put this whole thing into .NET. Yeah. That'll make this whole thing a C# expression. Right? 1 parenthesis, 2 parenthesis, good. Yeah. I have a feeling that what we're running into is CSS doesn't like the notation here and is kind of, it's getting angry at us. So let's see if we can get that to refresh and reconnect. All right, the service is up and running. This should detect that we're connected now and refresh the page. There it went. There's the 1. Now, why aren't we seeing it being positioned? Move from left 6.53 minus 261 to left minus 261. That might actually be correct. There it is. Now, why didn't it start all the way on the far side? It's not resetting the position. Do you see that? It's actually scooting further along. It's not moving all the way over to the left. 1341 feels like that's... Wait a sec. See that? There's a little bit you can see over there where it's sneaking out the other side. We can clean that up later with a little bit of polish on this. But it's definitely moving out the other side here. Right? Canal Bullen asks, what's the best way to make humans in game with Unity? I'm not a Unity developer. I don't know. I would suggest you tune into somebody like Lana Lux, who's another one of the live coders here on Twitch. She's doing a lot with games that have people in Unity that you can. She's more than happy to answer questions about some of the modeling and things that she builds there. And she particularly is building a game. It's a life simulator. So yes, this is C#. It's C# mixed with HTML using a templating engine we call Razor, and we're able to mix those, and everything behaves properly. Thank you for the shout out, Hugo, to Lana Lux. Interesting. It's still moving to get all the way to that left position, even though it's fully in the train station there. So, gosh, right. And if I add somebody new on here, see, the position is completely wrong. TBD Gamer, oh my goodness!
Terminator 1000 bonus 200 nice looking train.
Yes, we're getting there. Oh my gosh, TBD Gamer, thank you so much for those bits. And we'll make a big donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Yes, Janescu, I did see that John Galloway was doing a Unity Unity stream last night. Yes, indeed. So that's 261 plus 135. I feel like it's doing a resize there. I have the calculation wrong. It's forcing the height of the train to 100 pixels, but the actual train image isn't 100 pixels high. So we need to do a little bit more maths on this, right? If we take a look at those images, this one, see, it's 320 pixels high. So it's actually 100 divided by 320 wide is how wide the train is. That's why it's moving along too fast. So we need to get that ratio. 100 divided by 320. Oh my gosh. Times that. Oof. 100 divided by 320 times that. Right? Oh my goodness. Just so that we get the percentages correct and so that it starts in the right place. So this should restart, and it should be somewhere over here. Because it's scooting too fast across the screen. And somebody earlier said, is that the right position? Is that the right place for it? There it is. So now if I add a new follower, it should reset and be at the far right of the screen. Or not. Why didn't it set the width appropriately? Yeah, the magic numbers we're going to need to fix at some point here. So as it's coming across, these are, looks like, yeah, they're moving up. So it's not quite the right place on the far right of the screen. We're really close, though. This is getting really, really close to being done. I'm way over on time, so I need to stop for today. Thank you so much for the follow, BQ Heath. What is the end goal? The end goal is that this thing ends up over here inside of my little train station here. This is the HTML mock-up of the same thing. And what it should do is go all the way through and be done. And really, actually, I don't want it to go all the way through, come to think of it. Right? Now, you were saying I could do an F2 edit inside of here? Oh, look at that. If I look at the style, where is the style? I put it up in the head in this one. Yeah, it's all... That's a pain in the neck to edit. Go back over here. Right, I don't want it to end going all the way through. I want it to end at the width of my little train station, which is 100 pixels, minus that. So I want it to actually end at minus 300, so that it's just inside the train station, right? So that it's just when that last piece disappears inside of it. See, like that? Ha-ha! Ah. So if I go back up here, right? So that was 2 left minus 300. I'll just finish. No. Right, so I've got this plus that, and I wanted to minus 100 pixels is where I want it to end. Plus 100 pixels. So let's say 100 plus. No, I can just say 100. 100 minus that. And that should do it, I hope. Kill that, one more restart, and then we'll check this in and call it. Console. So there's where it is. So this should have been, yep, it detected a disconnect. The server's restarted. It's got connection again. And we should see it. There's the refresh. It picked up at the same place. Chat room, you saw it. It picked up at the same place. I think the time going across might not be accurate yet. Right? Animation duration. Yeah, configuration max time between seconds. That needs to be time remaining. Right? Because it just reset the timer here. So it should... It's really slow because it's going to take 5 minutes to get all the way across from the middle. Oh my gosh, I think we got it. Right, so it's going to finish. Oh no, I broke it. User activity configuration does not contain. No. Right. Time remaining. Isn't that the name of it? Train duration. Yeah, time remaining is a time span. So I need time remaining dot total seconds. Right, so there it is. You can kind of see the train behind this. Get that thing restarted. Come on there, Dotnet. Come on, Dotnet. There we go. There we go.
You can do it!
So it moved. It's going backwards. It's going backwards, chat room.
Oh my.
Calc, 5% minus 0 pixels. I don't think that's right. To left 100%. It's going backwards. Why is it going backwards? What? To left 100 pixels. No. Yeah, that should be total seconds. Right? Animation duration should have come through correctly, right? Animation duration. 15 seconds? No. Yeah. Yes, okay, that's okay, I'm fine with that. Let me copy this so I get the correct number there, because that'll refresh and right when we have a new... Thank you for the follow. Come on, give me the other browser. There, that one. Right? So now it's reset, but it's at the wrong location. Right? I'm refreshing. See, look, now why is it way over there? Right, the location that it started, that's correct now. Restart that. It's still at the... I don't know if I made this better or worse. Right? It's... Right, that last wheel is now fully on the screen. If I refresh, it should start at about the same location. Yes. Okay. So, we're not quite there yet. The left position is now wrong, but I think this is a little bit better now. If I refresh again, it should end up being right about the same place. Good. Right? That's where the train is, right there where my arrow is. Yeah. Yeah, we're at about the right place. The car was under it. Yes, the left starting position for the width is not correct. But I think we're at a much better place. We can recalculate the left and the right appropriately with the number of cars here. We're really, really close on that. Here's what I'm going to do. I am very late for a meeting, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this in. And hopefully we can take care of this next time. Fixed the train position and animation when restoring state. That's the big thing that's going on here. We still have a problem with it positioning appropriately as it loads up and gets moving. Right, the initial position of it is still wrong. Right, if I add another person into the mix here, I don't have it running right now. Right, if I go back in, restart it. This should restart in about the same place right there where my mouse is, right? And it should pick up and be able to move along. Yeah, 3-hour broadcast. That feels really good. I do like these longer broadcasts. So it picked up at about the same place. And if I add somebody new onto it, the left position isn't quite right where it's starting. So I think that feels like just a simple calculation we need to get better. Thank you so much for the follow, Dylan. I really appreciate everybody tuning in today. This was really great. While the train isn't complete and accurate in its location, we're really close, and I feel like we've made some good progress there. Let me set up a raid. Let's see who's out there that's streaming that we can raid. It looks weird to start, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close to being done, and I'm feeling really good about that. You know what? Let's raid. Let's, you know what? I'm gonna raid our friend InstaFluff. Let's do this. Exclamation point raid. There we go. If you're a subscriber, copy that first line of text out of the chat bot right there. If you're not a subscriber, copy the second line, and we're gonna get ready to go raid our friend InstaFluff. He's another live coder. He's over there working on cleaning tips and tricks? What? By CleanBot? I don't know what that is. I have a feeling he's up to no good over there. Friends, get ready to say hi to our friend InstaFluff. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to do a little bit of tweaking with this and see if I can get that calculation right. And I will see you then. Alrighty. Take care. Let's say hi to InstaFluff.